My name's Randy Cline, and I've lived in Solon for 30 years.
My real name is Kim Bulechek Jr., but everybody knows me as Chuck, and I've lived in Solon pretty much most of my life. I grew up on the north side of town, and I kind of kid around with people and say, like, when I used to walk to school up to Main Street, you'd be able to look both ways and see the whole town. And so therefore the Solon's really grown a lot. I think it's brought a lot of people that didn't want to live in Iowa City in the big towns or the big cities to Solon, so they could just commute back and forth. It's like 10 miles south down the road and basically 10-12 miles to Cedar Rapids, so I think it's a good transition point.
It's got the big town atmosphere, but it's got the small town atmosphere at the same time. People know a lot of people. It's through the school's right here, the community's right here. You get to interact with all kinds of atmospheres here. Big Grove is a great place to eat. Eastwood's a nice place to go in there and have a beer or food. Sam's Grocery, it's a nice place to stop and grab your everyday food.
Just all the businesses that have come into town, the growth on Main Street with the apartment complexes and the businesses down below and the suites, and I guess it's not really new, but the high school, new high school and stuff like that, so we've grown tremendously. This used to be the old high school. This is the community center now. The city of Solon sold it to the community. They got basketball courts. I know they got pool tables, ping pong tables just for the kids for something to do in the summer. I graduated from Solon. This is the old original high school. This is where my dad graduated from. A lot of my relatives, uncles and stuff, we all graduated from here. So this is kind of where it all ended or began.
Solon Beef Days draws a lot of people. It's a good fundraiser for the town. Then they spread the money out all over the place to different organizations of Solon. Lake McBride is a lake. It's the largest man-made lake in Iowa. It draws a lot of boaters, fishermen. So I think a lot of people just come because it's such a pretty sight.
Probably like Beef Days again is probably what they're known for, and probably Solon athletics across the board. That's probably what, I mean, when people think of Solon, that's probably what they think of the most.
Next week I'll be at South Slope for 23 years. I started out as an outside plant tech, ran the areas, cable pairs, moved into layout and design roughly 20 years ago. Seen South Slope grow from copper plant to fiber plant, from long distance to hardly any long distance because of the cell phone industry, having hardly any internet to having everybody needs the internet as fast as speeds as they can get. And South Slope has really been there to help the community, and all the communities, not just Solon.
I've been with South Slope since 2004 of August, so I'm coming up on 16 years. My role is drop lead for South Slope, so we basically put in from the main to the house the drop installations. South Slopes help Solon tremendously because of the overbuild and the new overbuild that's come into town now with the fiber and stuff. I can't think of too many people that I know that don't have South Slope, so I would say it's a probably industry leader in Solon.
Community because of everybody knowing everybody and trying to help everybody. The school helping the city helping the schools, the residents helping each other, and just interacting with everybody.
Home, yep.